What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Hop on, do some follow-ups. I was thinking about this morning. I feel like I have a tendency to approach follow-ups as if I was, just imagining a fully built out team. I think I approach follow-ups as if I were the acquisition manager, which I think is incorrect. If I were to be kind of honest with myself, I think approaching it junior acquisition manager, as some people refer to it as, would be more appropriate, because I get off these phone calls feeling a little bit unsatisfied, even if I do have what a follow-up specialist would consider a good phone call. um, I take that as not good enough, because again, I'm approaching the conversations with the mentality as an acquisition manager, and anything less than an appointment scheduled or a contract signed is not good enough. But just a squeaky chair. I just want to, starting today, I guess, starting right now, approach it with a different mentality. And all I'm really looking to do is have good conversations, extract more information than I already have in the system here. Whether it be, their timeline, what their true motivation is, maybe some details of the condition, stuff like that. I'll walk away with the conversations feeling like it's a win, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. And I'm just going to start going through these too. I'm going to keep a little tally for myself. I want to call through at least 10 people here. I'm going to be on probably for 30, 45 minutes. I guess I don't know, depending on if I have some conversations unfold. But yeah, that's kind of the approach that I'm looking to take nowadays. And it takes a little bit of weight off my shoulder too, because then I feel like I don't have to be as perfect on the phone. You know what I mean? It's just have a conversation. It's a lot less serious. I'm going to start double tapping these people too. Really start having some people pick up the phone.
Please leave your message.
This guy's price was out of the question, I think, when we first talked to him. Not too far off, though, because it is in a nicer area, but it would be a tear down, new construction play. We would likely, I don't know, way less nowadays. We would need to get half the price he was asking, but it sounds like he has some motivation that may sway his decision, and where the price isn't necessarily most important.
Please leave your.
Uh, okay, so this is who I may actually just delete from the system if I connect with him and he still tells me. So I connected with him first June 2021. He said maybe in the future. When I asked how long, he said probably a few years. I'll save your number and you'll be the first one I call. So right away, it's kind of one of those. Connected with him 6 months later, not wanting to sell, but mentioned maybe sometime next year. Connected with him about 8 months after that. He let me know he wasn't interested right now, but maybe in the future. I tried to dig a bit deeper, but he wouldn't really give me any information. No answers, no answers. Connected with him about 2 months ago, said he's still not interested. He continued to kind of brush me off the phone, didn't seem to have much motivation, which again is why I am taking the approach of if he does that again right now, I'll probably just delete him from the system because there was no motivation to begin with. It'd be one thing if he answered that one first time and was like, yeah, I got this going on, this going on, this going on, but there really isn't anything of that sort going on.
Su llamada ha sido
He is Spanish speaking, but I've connected with him enough times in English to know he knows how to speak English well enough for us to have a conversation. Let that breathe for a second, and I'm gonna call him one more time because it's urgent, bro. You need to pick up the phone here, Alberto. Hey, Alberto, how's it going? This is Derek.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you doing?
All right, I'm working right now.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I was just giving you a quick call. I was rounding back about your place over on Hamilton Lane. Wanted to see if you've given any more thought to possibly selling that place there.
Oh no, so I don't want to sell my house. At this time, I don't want to sell.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We had talked a few months ago. You said that you weren't interested, but that you may be in the future. Did you have any plans or any type of timeline that you'd be looking at when you would be interested?
Oh well, but not now. Maybe in the future, but I don't now. Not really. I'm not sure now. What I'm thinking, I have to talk to my wife and I'll see. We have to work together.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you guys had that conversation before about possibly selling?
Yeah, but we separate. So the thing is, we separate. So we really we don't talk a lot about this.
Sure. Okay. And
So
and you're living in the property currently.
yeah, but I would like to finish everything with my wife and see if we can sell the house.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, and that's why, I just want to make sure that I'm staying in touch with you if it is something that you're seriously considering. When do you think that you'd be having that conversation with your wife?
As soon as possible. I really don't know exactly, but I will see if we can do that this year, and see if we can do that also this year too. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure.
No, that makes sense. And that property on Hamilton Lane, do you live there or is anybody living there or is it vacant at the moment?
Oh yeah. That my daughter live there.
Okay. Okay. And when it does come time and if we are able to work something out, did your daughter have a place where she would be going?
Yeah, for sure. They have. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have that.
Okay. Now I know, and this is just me throwing this out there. I know that you had mentioned that you don't necessarily speak with your wife too often. if it is something that you're considering, something that I've done in the past, if you're open to it, is I could connect with your wife and kind of see where she's at. That way, just to avoid any friction that may come about if you reach out to her. Is that something that you'd be open to?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. But the thing is, I don't wanna see her to feel like pressure. I, but I had to see for what I can do with her.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that makes sense to me, and I appreciate that. When would it be appropriate? I know you're saying you're looking to get it done sometime this year, and it may take a little while. I'd love to reconnect with you maybe after you have that conversation with your wife. Do you think that you'd be able to have that conversation just to so that we know what direction we're taking within the next few weeks here, next month?
I'm not sure. Like I say, this we actually we don't talk. You know, like every week, every month. No, so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
talked, several times. But
yeah. So let
yeah,
me
but that.
Yeah, I was gonna let me ask, what's the reason for wanting to sell in the first place? If your daughter's living there and it's being taken care of, it sounds like. Is there a specific reason that you and the wife would be looking to sell at all?
Yeah, actually, I think to sell because it's not the only daughter I have. I
Mm.
have another two daughters and one son. So we have to think it about those, you know, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
helping these guys. So
Okay.
uh,
So you're just
yeah,
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So you're looking to kind of cash out and set yourself up financially to take care of your other two daughters as well.
yes, 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 yeah. But just that's what I'm saying. The thing is, the real thing is, we have to talk to each other and see if, what we decide to do.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, and I wanna allow you, that space. I don't no pressure from me either. Like I said, I just want to be sure that, when you do have that conversation, I end up catching you at the right time. So if it's all right with you, do you mind if I round back every couple of months just to see if you've, had an opportunity to speak with your wife, and if you have, we can kind of talk about the next steps and looking to make you an offer on the property there.
Yeah, you can call me in like in a couple of months.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, I'll do that. Hey, I appreciate you taking the call, Alberto, and I'll be talking to you soon. Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye bye.
Yeah. So I mean, there you go. That was successful enough, I think. What's up, Roxy? That was kind of exactly what I was saying going into this. I don't want to beat myself up if I'm not scheduling appointments or getting contracts, but like that's the most amount of information I've ever been able to extract from that guy. He's usually very quick, brushing me off because I'm catching him at work. He said he was at work, but it seemed like it was maybe down, like a downtime at work or something, because he did have the opportunity to speak with me. But yeah, like I said, that's the most information I've ever been able to pull from him. Usually it's a 10-second conversation and he's hanging up on me. But I feel like I'm doing a little bit better of a job of improving my skill set of keeping them on the phone and extracting that information, which is cool. So gonna take note of this. Connected with seller, still not ready, wants to do it sometime this year. Him and his wife are divorced. Daughter lives in the property, but she would have a place to go to if they did sell. Him and his wife don't talk at all, but um, sounds like they are both on title and decision makers. So he would need to discuss with her first. Sounds like he's scared. He doesn't want to call his wife. You know what I mean? It's like something that, well, I guess he's just not motivated enough. He wants to get this done. He has, and that's why I wanted to offer. Like, look, I can talk to your wife. You know what I mean? But then he said they've talked about it before, but it sounds like they've never talked about it, because then he's like, I don't want her to get scared. I wouldn't be scaring her. I would just be kind of revisiting the conversation that they've already had. It sounds like, but I don't, I don't really think they've had that conversation. I think it's just him unilaterally making this decision and exploring his options. Uh, he has two other daughters and wants to set himself up financially to care for them as permission to follow up every so often. I'll 2 months. I don't think much is going to take place within that time frame. Whoa. Ooh. Can't keep up with anything anymore, like bills and taxes. Seems stressed and sounds worse than when I talked to her a couple months before. This is Jared's note in here. Her son doesn't want to talk to her, and since her daughter has her own family, she wants to sell the house and get an RV and just drive and travel. Says her neighbor sold for 285. Her bedroom needs to be redone. She left water on in the bathroom and it overflowed. Yikes. 5:30 a.m. is when she works and gets off at 11:31 and then goes back to work until 5. So after 5:30 she's free, so probably won't be calling her now. So she's free around those times and on weekends. Overall, very emotional and definitely has a problem we can solve. Yeah, stay on top of this one. Lost her husband 7 years ago. Owes 100 on the house. Has credit cards to pay off as well. Doesn't seem like she's in good health either. Likes the idea of moving to an apartment because she doesn't have to worry about, the upkeep associated with having a house. Roof 1 year old. New furnace, new AC, new plumbing, new hot water heater. Foundation was fixed 7 years ago. Bathroom and kitchen been remodeled. She put 60,000 into it within the last 6 years. New paint inside and out. A lot of the work inside she's done herself. It's a corner lot, doesn't flood. Been told it's worth 265 in current condition. She said her neighbor sold for 280. I mean, maybe if she listed it on market, sounding with all the stuff that she did, she's stuck on her 280 price, which is ARV. Yeah, this is just based on the notes. I mean, it sounds like she she'll probably be coming to a realization once she sits in her sorrow for a little bit. Not to be rude about it, but you know what I mean? It's just like so many motivating factors here where it sounds like she'd have to be overly stubborn to be stuck on that price if she has all this other stuff going on. But never know. I'm gonna move that for you, Jared, just later this afternoon. She's off work. Right? What time did she say? After 5:30. Yeah. Put it for 6:30. Um, Maybe when I cold call listen to past again, tell them around mid-January, and they'll have a better idea. All right. Well, that's now.
Sorry, I'm not here. Leave me a message and
Checks off all boxes but the price. Yeah, always. 5 new construction. Woo. Hit him one more time. Hey, Lonnie.
Hello?
Hey, Lonnie, can you hear me? Hello? Sounds like he was at the supermarket or something. Mm-hmm. Oh, not quite sure. Quite sure which of these numbers is Delvin, the Delvin gentleman. I'm gonna give him a call though. See what's going on. Hey, Delvin.
Yeah, it's different.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Derek. I was giving you a call. I think you've been talking with my partner Jared a little bit about your grandfather's property over on Arabella Street.
Yeah, I just hadn't had time to get back with him, man. I've been sick, man.
No, no worries. No worries. Did I catch you at a good time?
I'm laying down. I took that medicine.
Okay. Well, let me let you go. I just so that I know. It looks like in the notes here, we were just waiting to hear back uh, from when you had that opportunity to speak with your grandfather. And did you just mention? I'm sorry that you hadn't had a chance to speak with him yet.
No, cause I've been sick, man.
Yeah. Okay. When do you think it'd be appropriate for us to round back with you? I want to allow you enough time to rest and then have that conversation.
Hopefully, man, I'll be down that way this weekend. I hope I'm feeling way better than now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. rest up, and what I'll do over here is I'll set a little note. And is it all right if we give you a call in about a week from today, maybe next Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. We'll talk to you then.
All right, buddy.
All right. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
It's 7131. Yeah. Said to try him in 6 months because you never know. All right. Well, let's see what he's talking about then. Let's see if he knows now. Desi? Is that how you say that?
Your call.
Went hard on the double taps too. Already, I think out of the 4 phone calls I've made, 2 of them have picked up on the second call.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Within a year, she told us all the dominoes would have fallen into place. Older lady, sell it. She said she will sell it, plan to slow down. Also, kind of knows the house will be a tear down. Hasn't figured out where she would move once she sells it. Nothing's really changed. She's doing good. Tried to call her multiple times, but she kept talking like if she knew him. Jerry was holding her back. Maybe her kids are fixing up a townhouse for her during the fall. She's hoping that it'll be done. That was almost 6 months ago. A lot of things in the house she would have leave most of it behind, but some stuff she wants to take with her. House isn't in great shape. She knows it would need to be fully updated or just to tear down. She knows that in her neighborhood houses are tearing down. Still another few months. I connected with her. Moving is dependent on her daughter moving. They don't live together, but she mentioned things have to happen in a certain sequence. All right. Let's figure out what the sequence is. Ooh. Try once more. I see your last note here, Jared. It says it just keeps ringing. No answer, and that you intended on driving by and knocking it. She usually answers. She hasn't lately, but let's see if she answers your number. It's a landline. Yeah. Yep. Few properties in Houston. Not quite yet. Give him a call around mid-January. Might have something available. Someone lives there and wanted to purchase, but he thinks they're backing out. He's talking to his son about selling the one here. Son agrees and they'll sell. Said he'll see his son Wednesday. Agreed for a call Thursday. No answer on Thursday. Oops. Super tiny lot. Birdhouse in a row next to it. This lot could fit only one though. Oh yeah. Looks just like a lot of land, right? Super tiny lot. He was talking to son about selling the one here. Someone lives in the one that he was talking about back in December. This one says 21960 square feet on a 5,000 square foot lot. But the picture is just a vacant lot. Maybe it's the vacant lot with the little house to the left of it. No, it's a different address. Looks just like a vacant lot. I guess we'll have to find out. Man, this is dumbass app, bro. Something it like only allows me to call so many numbers. Literally called like 5 people. You cannot error. You cannot call this number at this time. Please try again later. I wonder why that is. I mean, I have credits in here. Oh well. Let me hop on a different app. Man, it's just a little annoying because I don't want to have this one go spam, and I can't put this one on speaker. Hey, James. Hey, how's it going? My name is Derek. I was giving you a call. It looks like you've been going back and forth a little bit with my partner Jared about a place of yours out in Houston on Calhoun Road. Just wanted to round back, see if there was still any interest in possibly selling that property there. Hmm. I don't know. It's a kind of the magic question, right? We'd have to learn a little bit about it. I've pulled it up on my computer here. Just to be certain, is there a structure on the lot, or is it just the vacant lot there? Uh huh. Yeah, no worries. Sure. When's the best time to give you a call? Does afternoons work better than mornings? Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I appreciate you taking the call. Yeah. You know what? If I'm the one reaching out, it will be this number. My partner Jared, the one that you've been speaking with, may be the one reaching out. So I can, I can let him know to maybe shoot you a text before he calls, so that that he's getting ready to call you and to answer. All right. All right. Sounds good. Talk to you soon. Kind of brushed me off the phone, but his son is willing to sell. It is just a vacant lot. Just a vacant lot. Uh, Giving it to his son, so his son is the ultimate decision maker. Uh, and I didn't think about this till right now, but because I didn't know where that conversation was going to go, since he said he was willing to sell it and it was just a vacant lot, I need to have those questions in the back of my head. Are there utilities? Is there an existing survey? Are there any easements? Do you know how much, how big the lot is, and how wide it is, how much frontage it is? What else? Let me pull up this script that I had here. Yeah, the dimensions, if there were mineral rights included when you bought it, what the zoning is, if it's zone residential. A lot of these stuff you kind of already know, but it's good to confirm, I would imagine. Are you the only owner? Well, it's his son, we know. So does your son have ownership in it? Has he taken title to the property, or is it in your name and you're wanting to sell it and just have the proceeds go to him, or are you wanting to put it in his name before all of this takes place so that the proceeds can just be directed towards him? Any utilities? Is it on a city water or a septic? Do you have an existing survey? Yeah. So like those questions I want to keep in the back of my head. I want to continue reviewing this script. In fact, I want to start putting together my own. Just a vacant lot, giving it to his son, so his son is the ultimate decision maker. Unsure if his son is on title currently. Um, his son is willing to sell it though. Uh, Seller wanted to know how much we could offer. Derek tried to ask some questions, but seller said now wasn't the best time and ask for a call back later. Derek called off of Klaus's number. So he's going to ask if Derek was going to call back on that same number since he tends to avoid calls he doesn't. So the number 2. That one real quick in a minute. I think maybe we already did at one point. No. Just got to figure out what the new construction is going for. That one should be very easy to comp because there's new construction right next door. Just got to figure out what those are selling for. It looks like based on the picture of Google Maps, the lot is like somewhat clear. It looks like a couple trees would need to be removed and it would have to be leveled out. But if there are utilities, which I imagine there are because it looks as if there was probably an existing structure here previously because there's like bedrooms, bathrooms, year built information type stuff on Zillow with square footage of like if a property was there. And based on my experience, that typically indicates that there was a house there before, but that it was torn down. So I would imagine that there's utilities. And again, yeah, if all that stuff, let me just check real quick if it's in a flood zone. If everything else checks out, it should be a pretty simple comp, running the numbers on it should be fairly simple. It's not in a flood zone, which is nice. Does have some interest. Told daughter lives there, doesn't plan on moving, but I told what? Daughter lives there and doesn't plan on moving, but I told her I'll check up on every few months, see if anything changes. Because she does have some interest. Daughter is trying to fix it up. 5 months later, daughter's still there, but she has some property near Livingston, about 9 acres. Okay. That one's. Let's see. Let's see what she's talking about. First attempt to voicemail. Sure, I typed that in correctly. Yep. Hit it with the double tap. All right. Answer there. Job was supposed to transfer to Dallas. Nothing's happened yet. She should have a better idea by end of January. This is so funny. This woman's been saying this for almost a year now. She said she wanted to sell, move to Dallas due to work, but she had trouble finding a place. That was back April of 2022. So we'll give her a call real quick. I'd imagine that it's probably going to be something similar. I just don't get it though. Sounds like she's hoping that her job will find her a place, but her job doesn't really intend to.
Please leave your message.
Right. Not going to double tap her only because I don't want this number to get burned out. All right, this guy has tenants that stopped paying back in August, it looks like. Or probably before then. We just connected with him in August. Tenant stopped paying. He said that he's either going to have to evict them or something, but looks like we've tried him like 20 times since then and he hasn't answered. So see if this is any different today. Hey, Sean. Hey, my name is Derek. I was giving you a call. I think you've been going back and forth a little bit with my partner, Jared, about your place over on Southbrook Circle. Just wanted to reconnect, seeing if you've given any more thought to possibly selling that property there. Of course. I appreciate you taking the call. Bye now. I'm gonna look this guy up real quick on Batch, or at least the properties. Sounds like a guy who probably has a lot of properties and probably isn't highly motivated. Somebody who's willing to evict the tenant if they stop paying. He has 2 properties. Looks like his primary residence, or at least his mailing address, and his property. He was just very quick about it. He was like, "Man, like today is Sean." He said, "May I help you?" Yeah, introduced myself, and he said he's gonna keep it. He's not interested. He appreciates me calling though. Probably kick it out maybe 6 months. Um, you know what I mean? I wonder where this. So this came from cold calling. I just wonder what type of list because it's not tagged in batch. Um, you know, I mean, I'll probably set it out 3 months. He had a tenant that wasn't paying. Yeah, it would have been one thing if I saw that he owned like 5 properties or something like that, where he probably wasn't going to be financially hurting. Not to say that he is. You know what I mean? I don't know the guy, but um, this is just his one rental based on what Batch is telling me. It's like he has one rental property, and when one rental property, you have tenants in there that aren't paying, you go from 100% income to 0% income from this property. You know what I mean? So that's why people invest in multifamily and stuff like that because the vacancy or occupancy rate, rather, doesn't have such an effect on your bottom line of the cash flow, the income producing, again. So this guy goes from collecting rent and having his property cash flowing 100% of the time to then his tenant stops paying and now he's getting 0% income from this property. Whereas even if it was a duplex and had 2 units and one stopped paying, he at least still has 50% of the cash flow. So that's the only reason I think that he's worth continuing to follow up with. He was pretty straightforward and sound serious about wanting to hold it, but he may just not wanting to be dealing with it. And he already told us at one point he has a tenant in there that he was having to evict. So I was gonna dig deep on that, but he wanted nothing to do with having a conversation with me right now. Uh, um, I put in the note that he was really firm, didn't really have any intention on selling it or didn't show much interest at all. But if he still um, happens to be dealing with these tenant issues in 3-4 months when we connect with him next, or whenever we connect with him next, just to base that next conversation. If he's like firm about it, like no, I don't want to sell it, stop calling me, then he's worth deleting, in my opinion. But you never know. You never know. This guy said that you wouldn't be ready to sell until the beginning of next year, like February, March. Approaching February now. Gonna give him a quick call. This looks to be just a lot of land. All right. All right. Well, somewhat productive. Was able to connect with a couple of people. I think 2 or 3 people. And again, as I mentioned in the beginning here, I really, I used to approach follow-ups as like the acquisition manager role, and then I used to beat myself up if I wasn't able to connect with somebody and schedule an appointment or land a contract, or you know what I mean. But I think by embracing the follow-up specialist role when doing the follow-ups, like I would be extremely happy if I was able to line up an appointment for Jared, or if I was able to, schedule something, a time to talk in order to discuss a price that seems to be, you know, doable. That would be like cherries on top. You know what I mean? But I need to. I am happy with the type of conversations that I had this morning as well, because that's just kind of pushing them closer and closer to that timeline. The more touches we make, the more conversations that we have with these people, the higher the likelihood of them selling to us when the time does come. So I just need to be okay with that. You know what I mean? I saw a video over the past weekend, and the video is what opened my eyes to that. I saw like a follow up specialist, if you will. It's not his job to be locking these deals up, but rather just shortening the timeline. And I saw him have a conversation and got on the phone, and again, didn't really get anywhere other than like a couple of giggles on the phone with the seller, built a little bit more rapport, figured out, that they're still not ready, but the timeline was looking like what they said it was, which still was like 6 months out or something like that. Again, it wasn't anything crazy, but just hearing him and then getting off the phone and him being like, perfect. That was a perfect call. It's like, oh yeah, I guess it was, because that's what his job is, right? He's not trying to lock these things up. He's just trying to extract information, build a relationship. And that's kind of where I'm putting my headspace, or at least where I'm attempting to put my headspace in making these follow-up calls. And that's kind of what I intend to do moving forward as well, is just like knowing what role I'm playing, because when you're doing like every aspect of the business, it all blends together. And I think this is an area where I think it blends a little bit more than others. It's like calling these people thinking that the goal is to get a contract. Obviously that's the goal in the grand scheme of things, but truly for some of these leads, like I need to realize, like, I'm not going to call this person to get a contract right now. We connected with him one time 3 months ago, and he said that, yeah, he may be interested. So like the likelihood of me connecting with him and getting a contract is slim to none. But what I can do is get him on the phone and have a conversation with him, and start to figure out and start to pre-qualify, which is what I'm glad that I was able to do for one guy specifically who's kind of been brushing us off today. That was a good conversation. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna hop off, hit my 10 follow-ups for my morning. I'm going to reach out to the buyers of the 2 deals that we have in escrow, seeing what can be done to expedite any of those. And then I want to comp that one on Calhoun, that lot of land, to figure out what it is that we may be able to offer. So appreciate you guys for hopping on here, checking it out. As always, do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if this type of content is interesting to you. I know I'm kind of sporadic with it as of lately, but yeah, I just want to hop on here every so often and share what it is that we are working towards and what it is that we're doing. So again, appreciate you guys. We'll probably get on here tomorrow morning, down and check the car IDs tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be on tomorrow morning. Make a little bit of a habit of hitting at least 10 follow-up calls. I only wanted to hit the follow-ups because I knew I didn't have time to really lock in on the dialer and cold calling or anything like that, but I definitely want to make a habit of getting on there as well. But again, appreciate you guys. Till the next one. Peace.